Hey Virgo, welcome back to another round of weekly readings. My apologies for the delay. I've been warning everybody that I feel a little bit off, really hard to focus in lately, but the show must go on. So let's see what comes out today, and we'll go from there. So the star is the first card out. I always love to see the star. Aquarius always pops to mind. Healing. I just heard the stars are aligning. Okay, I feel like things are coming into better balance for you in life. I think you're better able to balance that state between being grounded and in your emotions. Okay, which is a beautiful thing. I saw this little bird in the background. I'm thinking like a dodo is what I'm getting. So I don't know if that means anything significant to you. You might want to look up the meaning of the dodo. I actually don't know that one. We don't have them in my part of the world, so I might do that afterwards for sure, because now I'm super curious. It looks like there's been something that you've been waiting on. There's a seed that you planted long ago, and now the harvest is ready. I feel like this is in respect to one thing in particular. Generally, this is a person for me, but potentially financial. Yeah, this is a person, because Ten of Cups comes out next. I feel like, honestly, I feel like you want to move towards someone in particular, but I feel like you are being distracted by lots of other things. So it could be, family members, it could be at work, it could be financial situation. But to me, this card always signifies that one thing or one person really stands out for you. And this person is your happiness. This person is your home. This person is the one that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I don't know, when I see the Ten of Cups, I always get that energy of the sun as well, of just kind of like the ultimate in fulfillment. But yeah, I don't feel like you're moving towards this person. I feel like you're being distracted by other things and you're in heavy contemplation mode about, like, what do I want to do? It's one of those situations, as you grow up and you're kind of left with reality versus fantasy, I guess, is kind of what I think you're feeling right now. It's like, I really want this so bad, but there's all this on the other side, and it usually relates to obligations and things that, kind of that old school thought of like, I owe it to these people, I owe it to this situation to focus on them, I don't deserve, happiness sort of thing. Okay, so obligation over happiness. Let's see what other cards come out here. I'll get the rest of the story here. I think someone's feeling really frustrated with you, or vice versa right now, because to them it's so simple. It's a simple choice. It's like you choose your happiness. Like, fuck, everything else will work itself out. Like, get out of your head is what I'm hearing. Okay, so someone, if it's not you, it's somebody else feeling really frustrated with you, because to them the choice is so obvious. Okay. Yeah, the Nine of Cups here, with the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords, the Lovers, and the Moon, the Hanged Man, the Nine of Swords, and the Lovers. Oh, did I say the Lovers before? I think I did. That was the Two of Cups. Wow, that's a lot of cards, first of all, and second of all, that's a lot of majors coming out. So again, there's this frustration, this person, like, this is your wish fulfillment. Whatever it is that you want, that you're not moving towards, this is something that you want really badly. And again, this is this frustration that I feel this other person having, or again, flip it around if it's the other way, but it's almost like you're being offered something that's amazing, and you're so distracted by other things that are going nowhere fast, I hear, and it's almost like this energy, like, he's got his arms crossed and he's sitting there. It's just like, never mind, like, I can't have it. It's kind of like, it's almost like martyrdom, quite honestly. It's got this martyrdom energy to it. Okay. I feel like this is you. I have to say it. I'm just gonna premise it from that way forward. If it is the other way, flip it around for yourself. But I feel like you're probably in another commitment, and you feel tied and bound by this. Okay, you feel, which again, not slamming commitments and stuff like that. You know, if you are in a marriage, that is what it's all about. Um, but you feel trapped. I don't think you're happy. Again, I feel like it's more obligatory. I can't help but think that I've actually read for you guys like this before. If you go back into my playlist, my Virgo playlist, it feels like potentially I've repeated this message. But yeah, but in actual fact, you know, when we get the Eight of Swords, we feel like we're trapped in a situation, but we're not. There's a way out. You see, she could just walk forward there. She could ask somebody to help untie those ropes and take off that blindfold. Again, it's just that heavy martyrdom energy story, Virgo. I have to call it as I hear it or see it. Again, this is in the emotional realms sort of thing. I just keep hearing like it's all up in your head. You're all up in your head, you know. Down at the bottom here, I feel like you waffle back and forth with this decision, you know, and I guess so you should. I feel like you've probably been in a relationship with another person for quite a long time, for sure. And with the Two of Cups coming out here beside the Moon and the Hanged Man, it's kind of like, you know, you think about this other person, and you know, I do feel like it's a friendship situation at this point. I don't think you've crossed any lines with this person. I really don't. It feels so innocent, right? But I feel like, you know, you want to reach out to the other person. You're kind of tempted, but you kind of pull back, and you're just like, nope, like no. Again, I'm just getting this sense of responsibility. I'm feeling like Leo energy here too, Virgo. I don't know if you've got some Leo in your chart, but it's almost like this sense of it's like that Hippocratic oath that the doctors take. Like whenever I see that sign, right? It's almost like that sense of saying, you know, you're responsible. You are held to a higher standard. You know, again, that it talks about obligation and do no harm and that sort of thing, right? And so I think when you're looking at this person who's your wish fulfillment sort of thing, it's kind of like you understand the brevity, the gravity of that situation as well, and you don't want to hurt that other person either. And so you're kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario here. There's something about really wanting to be honorable in this situation for sure, okay? I don't think this person knows the full extent about how you feel about them. I feel like that's where the Moon comes in, and there's something about that you've kept under wraps. You've kept that really quiet. You've spent a lot of time thinking about it, but it's not something that you've expressed to them. So potentially this is just someone that you got along with really well. You know, it was like a deep friendship, but it goes a lot deeper than that. I don't think you've told the person so much though. With the Hangman here, there's definitely some illumination. And again, I think it comes back up to this Ten of Cups. You know, it's what makes your heart happy, this sort of energy here. But when you do think about that, and when you do have that illumination that comes to mind, it leaves you feeling like this. It stresses you out even more. And again, it's just between a rock and a hard place is what I'm hearing. It's possible that you know, keeps you up at night. It's possible that you're also dreaming about this person when you wake up. It's like torture is kind of how it feels. It's kind of like enough already, like God, and you feel trapped. And it does lead you into the Lovers here, where you need to make a decision, or you feel like you need to make a decision. Lovers can also be Gemini, Virgo. No, not Virgo. Gemini, that's Gemini energy. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. Queen of Cups on the bottom. I think this person that you're friends with is someone who is very kind, who's very easy to talk to. There's a healthy level of respect there for sure. This is a very well balanced person. They're very quiet. They probably spend a lot more time at home than they do out and about. They're kind of more of that introverted, gentle, sweet natured kind of person that nobody has a bad word to say about for sure. What else do we have here? I don't think you're in communication with this person right now either. When I get this hand, you see how his hand's kind of reaching out there and he's just not touching that cup. I don't know that the two of you are currently talking right now, but it's almost like if I touch this, I'm going to get burned or I'm going to hurt this person, or, you know, it's this pensive, really pensive energy. And again, weighed out with that heavy sense of responsibility. Not a lot about the current relationship that you're in, other than looks like a marriage that you feel trapped in. Okay, so I'm gonna have to guess that you're not happy in it. Most people don't look outside of their marriages if they're happy in their current one, that's for sure. I don't even know if you were looking for it. I feel like you kind of fell into this person, like kind of synchronistic, right? Ooh, the Justice coming out next, weighing out options. Sometimes it can be court systems. It can talk about, you know, a separation. It could be that you're making moves towards a separation right now because it's falling right underneath that Moon card. But I think you're just looking for balance in this situation. And you could potentially, like if you're thinking about a separation, you might be thinking about what that's going to translate into, the implications for you, everything that you worked so hard for, everything that you've built up. You know, I don't see a lot of pentacles in here talking about the money aspect. This is more about cups, so the emotions and the feelings, than it is about, you know, there's some thoughts up in your head, worry, that sort of thing, being in your head too much, but not a lot about losing money here. So let's see, what else here? To have this many majors come out though, like we've got the Star, we've got the Hierophant, we've got the Moon, the Hangman, the Lovers, and the Justice card, this is a big deal. This isn't some Mickey Mouse decision that you're in the midst of. Yeah, here we go. So every time that you're in this position where you think you've got the enlightenment and you think you know what you want to do, you get stuck in this energy back up in your head again about, well, if I do this, then this is going to happen. If I do that, then that's going to happen. And what if that doesn't turn out right? And, you know, this is a big step. And, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When the reality is you're not happy. So what are you doing? You know, things can be worked out, is the message that I'm getting here. You know, at the end of your life, do you really want to be, oh, I'm so glad that, you know, I stayed in something that made me unhappy? Or are you going to go with what does make you happy? It doesn't mean you leave your responsibilities behind, of course not. But you can still be in relationship, you know, with an ex-spouse, and support them and be there for them. It just changes, right? So the strength in reverse, I feel like you just don't have the strength to do it. I think, you know, again, at night when you're up and you're worrying about this and you're fretting and you're thinking about all the what if scenarios and what could go wrong and that sort of thing, I feel like in the end, you really feel like you just don't have the strength to do it, okay? Maybe other people can, but I can't, sort of energy. It's just too much. And maybe you're going through a really rough time where you are struggling with some depressive tendencies or something like that, where you're not in a position to be making this decision. Honestly, when I look at the top spread, I don't see that. Again, I feel like this is all up in your head, this anxiety, and you're kind of talking yourself out of it. Yeah, interesting. You got the Four of Swords coming out next, so that's taking some time to think about things, to rest. It usually comes after a time where you are utterly exhausted, and it's kind of like if you're not going to slow down, then the universe or God's going to slow you down. Will slow you down for you, sort of thing. I almost feel like the efforts to make this decision, when you get up in your head and you're trying to make this decision, it just wipes you right out. Like, it exhausts you, and it makes you feel drugged down, it makes you feel fatigued, it makes you feel like leaden, like almost like your legs are heavy, your arms are heavy, like you just can't even move. It's like you've got a piano tied to your ass kind of energy. When you think about this decision and how you're going to do this and what it all means and that sort of thing. So it almost gets you in a real funk, and it takes away from this beautiful energy up top here. Again, it's I don't know if you were taught when you were younger that you don't deserve good things. Like, life is hard, life is painful, you know, life isn't supposed to be easy. You got to do what you got to do, and you don't turn your back on people and things, and like, you know, just a lot of that. I was just gonna say like 70s energy, but if you're a little bit older, yeah, I just heard like, what are you waiting for? Like, you could have everything. You could have, there's something that, okay, what are you waiting for here? It says you've got the world in your hands, and you're looking for something. Perhaps you're looking for the magic bullet, you know, like an answer to come to you, or if you're waiting for this other person to come towards you, you are looking off in that direction at that. What are they waiting for here, Spirit? Our beautiful Virgos, what are they waiting for? Again, I'm seeing these red roses here for love and peace and love, passion, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords with the Devil on the bottom. I feel like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're expecting the worst to happen. I mean, you're hanging on. I think you're terrified, like you're hanging on for dear life about this. And here comes the Pentacles, right? The Four of Pentacles talking about, you know, sometimes this can talk about greed, but I don't think it's necessarily greed, but I think it's wanting to hang on to something. And whether that's money, or whether it's this relationship, whether it's healthy or not, you know, you're wanting to hang on to it. There's that tight grip. You're so scared. You're so scared of hurting other people too. I think you're probably scared of hurting this other person that you're in the commitment with, right? Of course. So fear is holding you back. Fear, and I think there's a part of you too that kind of wonders if this person isn't just a temptation. I don't get that energy from these cards here, but it's almost like, you know, is it one of those things where you pack up and you leave your marriage for only to find out that it was just a fantasy and it's not really as great as it seems? You might have been told, you know, when you're younger that if it's too good to be true, it likely is. You know what I mean? If it seems too good to be true, it likely is. Don't be a fool. Just stay where you're comfortable, right? Stay where there's stability. Stay, you know, even if you're not getting along, no matter, right? Definitely fearful of a painful ending, for sure. I just heard I don't have the heart. I just don't have the heart to do it, to say it. Okay. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles coming out next. It's possible that there's children involved too, and they might have special needs, or they could have disabilities or something like that. And you just, like, you fear that, you know, if the family were to break apart, right, that this would affect your partner and this child that needs extra help really negatively, like leave them destitute. Although I don't feel you would. Like, I feel like you're the type of person that would never, like, you would financially support these people, right? Your loved ones, your family. Yeah, but the conflict, right? And the conflict, when I get this, I don't get just a sense of conflict within your family unit. I get within your extended family. I think there's other people involved in this. I feel like potentially in your work situation as well. I don't know if you're worried about your reputation or something like that as well, but there's almost like this sense of this would cause chaos and conflict. It's, again, you're imagining the absolute worst happening. I think those scenarios run through your mind more than than the actual lightness and happiness of this up here. Because if you look at it, this layout up here, this really does focus more on the positive situations, how you feel. This is about all the things that you feel. When we start getting down here, we start getting to more the swords energy and the wands and the pentacles. So this is about stability. This is about foundation. This is about our thoughts, right? And this is where you get drugged down and you end up feeling like this. And so you make no decision at all. You just stay put, okay? I feel for you. This is a really hard situation to be put in. Yeah, the Six of Cups. I just heard like you want to go back to easier times, you know, times when you were a child and things, you didn't have all these things, these responsibilities, these things weighing down on you. I feel like this person almost feels like your best friend, or that this person that you're married to, you go back a long ways and there's a lot of fond memories. You guys could have started dating when you were younger. And so to leave this is to leave a huge, significant chunk of your past behind. And I don't know that you're willing to do that. And I do say willing. Yeah, I think you're able. It's a matter of being willing to do it. Yeah, it's almost, I hate to say this, this is a Page of Wands coming out with the High Priestess. It's almost like, I don't know, in the past, if you fought with your, how do I say this diplomatically? There's a sexual energy here that can't be denied, and I think part of you is concerned that, you know, you're letting your pants kind of lead the way sort of thing and make the decision for you, and you're resisting that. You know, again, it relates to that Devil card and the temptation and stuff like that. What about this High Priestess, though? It could also be that you're wanting to keep that quiet. You're wanting to keep that under wraps. Again, this is, I don't think you've talked to anybody about this at all, including this person. Nobody, with the Six of Pentacles and the King of Cups. You want to be fair. You want to be fair in this situation and just. I feel like, I know you're an earth sign, but I feel like this King of Cups is you. King of Cups is somebody who has an emotional side to them in this situation, in this case. You know, I'm reading intuitively right now, but you know, you're the type of person that is very grounded, but you do have the capability of getting into your feelings and going there, but it's not something that you would blab about and tell everyone. I think you like things to be fair. I think you like to be peaceful. I think you might be the peacemaker, so you might be the type of person that wants everybody to be happy. You don't want to upset people, right? Especially within the home. I don't know so much about outside the home, but when it comes to people that are close to you, you definitely want to keep that harmony there. You take pride in that. You're a very responsible person. Absolutely. You take your role very seriously, probably at work and inside the home as a family man. I just said man. I do feel like I'm reading for a masculine energy here. What's this King of Cups looking at, though? Looking at the future, I'm getting. Thinking about the future and what this all means. So like kind of the bigger picture. Okay, a bunch just jumped out. Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, the Judgment. You guys have such big cards in here. Wow. Okay, I'm going to move these up. I'm running out of room on my tiny table. I'm so used to my other table having so much room. But I just didn't want to read in the basement tonight. It's nice to get out of there, and it's quiet in the house right now, so I can manage that. Getting things all kind of jumbled up here. Okay, so Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Judgment, Eight of Wands in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Cups. I feel like we're delving into something totally different. How are we doing for time here? Oh yeah, we're almost at half an hour. So, could be a work situation. Cross watchers, you're not going to like this. But I feel, Virgo, I feel like you're in no position to make any movement towards this person or to end this relationship. Even if this person wasn't in the picture, you're not going to end this relationship. There's no communication coming in here. You're making a decision, and that's to not communicate this, to not start a new beginning, to not go with that passionate kind of what you desire. Yeah, with the Knight of Wands in reverse here. I don't know if you've made a decision in the past to follow your passion and it got you in a little bit of trouble, but the energy here is one where it's almost like, again, that martyrdom where it's you're depriving yourself of something. You're absolutely turning something down. Currently, that's where your energy is right now, is you're not going to make a move towards this other person here. And you're not going to make any moves to terminate your current relationships. My kitty's there. I don't want her to set her tail on fire. I just feel this sad energy. I feel just like this energy of it's not for me, like maybe in the next life sort of thing. But you're going to stay in this situation even though you're not happy in it. You feel obligated to it. You're scared of conflict, either within and outside of the family home for sure. You're going to do the honorable thing, or what you consider in your mind to be honorable. Yeah. I think that pretty much says it. Do I want to add in a message? You know, let's pull out the wisdom of the oracle here. I think that pretty much says it all. Like I said, cross watchers, you're not going to be pleased to hear this because, it's not the answer that you want to hear. But Virgos, I feel sorry for you because I really feel like this other person brings you so much happiness and just kind of lights your soul on fire. But you are in a committed relationship and you've got no intention of leaving it. Even though it's not a happy one, I think it's a very comfortable one in some ways. I think it's born of financial obligation, for sure. And you don't want to upset the apple cart. You don't like to create conflict, chaos, or anything like that. You're not willing to do that, and so you're not going to come forward with any offers or make any move towards separation is what I'm getting here. Any advice here? I keep hearing I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to be happy. It's really thick in the martyrdom. You might want to think about that because it keeps coming back to me again and again and again, this sense of like, I don't deserve to be happy. Like, you don't do that. It's like, it's kind of that 1950s attitude where it's just like, if you're not happy, it doesn't matter about your happiness. You stick to it. You don't walk away from that, yeah. Any advice? It doesn't feel like it. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Yeah, all that glitters. You're not having it. The masks, you see those masks there? You're going to keep those masks on. Those masks are not coming off. This is absolutely faux show. When I was asking about advice, and I'm thinking like, I guess there isn't anything because no cards are coming out. I feel like you owe this person an explanation though, because we do have the Knight of Cups. We do have the Knight of Cups coming out here, which tells me that if you've left this person hanging, or if you didn't tell this person how you felt, they're still hanging on to you, because I'm getting some major cross watcher energy happening in here, which means I suspect there's more cross watchers watching this than actual Virgos. And so if you left this person like this, if it was, abruptly ended or something like that, you owe this person the truth and the whole truth. I'm not willing to do this. Yeah, the feelings are there and stuff, but I'm not willing to do that. Because it's almost like I'm getting this energy that this other person that's involved is somehow stuck in this now. Like they're stuck in this loop and they don't know what's going on. And if you weren't honest with them, I think they were getting the vibes that this was happening and stuff, but you know what I mean? And so you're kind of keeping them in flux. And it might also be leading you to this energy as well. And so it's almost like you have to go back to this person and you have to lay it out, be honest, and then it's up to them from there where they take that. It's their responsibility what they do with those feelings and stuff, right? But with this Knight of Cups, I am getting that advice. Like, you need to go forward and you need to express those emotions. I don't think it's going to be anything huge. It might be just a coffee or a telephone call or something. I'm feeling like it should probably be face-to-face, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I don't get the feeling that there's been any lines crossed in this at all. But whatever your situation is. Virgo, I'm going to end it there for today. If this resonated with you, please be sure to leave a like or a comment, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.